Your dad's actually a spy. Guys, we've answered this. We've addressed this. Your dad is rich. Please don't answer by saying, no, I'm just comfortable and happy.
Not comfortable, I'm hunched over a table.
Does your dad think that you'll get married to Tom? And we found 2 red carpet tickets on the floor. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm joining my dad. It's been a while since you've been in a video.
Officially, I keep making cameo appearances, but yeah, officially.
I am not gonna lie, I was kind of struggling for Christmas content ideas, and then I saw this in our local Debenhams and I thought, you know what, that's a great idea. Me and my dad are gonna decorate gingerbread men whilst answering your assumptions. How do you say that word?
Answering your assumptions.
Assumptions. Assumptions.
There's a P in it.
Answering your assumptions about the pair of us, and you guys always go to town on Instagram, so I'm quite excited. I haven't filmed one of these with my dad for a while. Plus, this is how we're making it festive because we're decorating gingerbread men at the same time.
Just looked, there's only 2 colours in there.
Green and white.
Yeah. And we're only going to be able to use 1 colour at a time.
They look a bit pathetic actually. That's tiny. Also, why are they all individually cellophane wrapped? That's totally
Because they're going to go off, aren't they?
Are we just doing it on the bare table?
Let's have a look at what colours we've got. We've got festive green, Snow White. Where's the red? How can I do his mouth if he's got no red?
We'll do 3 each.
3 each.
Right at the end, I'm going to get you guys to pick whose 3 you think are better. So we're just going to get on with it, crack on with being a bit creative and chatting, and then you guys are going to have the ultimate say. Kind of similar to last week's video, apart from this time there's no baking involved, so I much prefer it.
These will probably be edible then.
Oh,
We've
here she
alerted the dogs in here.
comes.
Would you call that a leg?
No, I'm not sure they've really got legs. They're more like, they look a bit more like fish or something. Ginger fish. Shall we just get on with it?
We'll just get on with it. Who's got the questions?
I have the questions. I asked you guys on Instagram earlier. Your dad was not a strict parent to you or to Harry.
No.
I don't think you were strict.
I don't think I was strict at all. I think, no, because I don't think my parents were strict to me, and I think it often goes down a generation, doesn't it? I think if your parents are strict to you, then you end up being strict with your own children.
Lottie, that's not for you. Yeah, I agree. Also, these are really hard to
Quite
squeeze. They're really difficult to squeeze. Here's the dog, she's seen the food. I don't think you were a strict parent. I think if anybody was a strict parent, it was mum. You were the more relaxed parent.
It's a case of good cop, bad cop though, isn't it?
Dad was always a bit of a pushover. Like, if I wanted something, I would have just gone to Dad for it and then it would have happened.
To a certain extent, I've probably been stricter with Harry.
Yeah, why is that?
But
you prefer me?
No, I just think... You're
Fine,
right there,
Lottie.
What are you doing? I don't know, I think a boy thing, I think boys need a little bit more strictness.
Do you think? No, I don't think that's true.
I don't know why.
You both want to move to Australia.
No, I don't. If you're watching, Chris, I'm sorry.
No. No.
I mean, I would move to Australia. I think 20 years ago I would have definitely gone.
Basically, my dad's boss just moved to Australia.
Yeah, my dad's boss. I'm not my dad's boss. My boss, as of this year, has moved to Australia. He's moved back to Australia.
He is Australian.
Originally Australian. And there's an opportunity that I could go and work there, and I don't think that's going to be a reality.
But it's like, in my head, I just think it's fate. I come back from a trip in Australia, absolutely fall in love with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we should totally go and live in Australia. Dad then gets offered a job in Australia, and we still just don't go live in Australia. No. Yeah, obviously the logistics of it are way more complicated than that, but do you think you would ever, like if you retire? Having
not ever been there, I don't know what I'm missing,
yeah,
do I?
That's true.
I mean, I definitely think about retiring somewhere overseas.
Where would you pick then, if not Australia? Like somewhere that you've been?
The US, I think.
The US?
I could retire in Florida quite happily, I think.
Do you not think that Florida's quite a dangerous place to move to? Like, I love going on holiday for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even longer, but like, I don't think I'd want to live in America.
It's scary parts around.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is
scary
true.
parts around here, but you know, I don't know.
Okay, next then. If
next question. That's a
no to the Australia move.
That's a no from me.
You said that your mum doesn't want you to move out, but does your dad want you to move out?
Yes, my dad. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't stop you from moving out. I wouldn't be that, oh, please don't leave. I'm all for sort of being independent.
What has happened to that gingerbread man?
It's been sick.
Why?
I don't know, it's just a bit of comedy. Come on, don't start. Hey, are we cheating here?
Okay,
Do we
fine,
need to put a shield
fine.
up?
I just wondered what happened to it.
This is a competition, don't forget.
Of all the things you could do, of all the festive things.
This festive sick.
Although it's a bit weird that there's no red. Like, this isn't the most festive colour, is it? The dog has done a fart.
Oh, that is a nasty one. It's turning this.
No, that's horrible. Can you actually smell that? Okay, what was the question?
I don't want you to move out, no. If you want to move out, that's down to you, isn't it?
When do you think would be a good age overall? You moved out when you were 24?
24, 25, 25.
25, that's quite old.
Yeah, I think if you're still at home at 25, then you need to consider your
No,
options.
but loads of people still live at home for 25, because if you've gone to uni until you're like 22, you have to move back home for a little bit to save up to move out.
Yeah. Okay.
But I haven't done that, so I do think it'll be different, but I also think it depends on if I do decide to live abroad for a year, because I'm not going to move out if I'm going to do that.
Well, no, because then you've had that kind of experience, haven't you?
Yeah. Your dad's really into expensive cars.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, who isn't? It's not.
Oh no, loads of people don't care about cars.
I've had lots of cars that have just kind of been average, or even when you first start driving, you get like an old banger. I think everybody has to do that. I think it's bad if you get a brand new car to start with, or you get given a brand new car.
That's going to be offensive as well, because loads of people do get given brand new cars. I mean, I sort of agree with you. I think it's better to have an old car first. But
only because when you're learning to drive, and that first year, you have little parking scripts.
You mean because I can't drive?
I'm not looking at anybody in particular here.
Yeah, he is. He's looking at me.
For me, it was a case of learning what cars do as well, so I had to fix stuff on it all the time.
If you didn't know, my dad got a new car in the summer, and you are quite obsessed with it.
What's upset?
But do you think that's just because you
haven't
haven't
driven it anywhere?
Well, do you think that's because you haven't had anything else to do all year, that the car was like your like thing?
Yeah, the car was my holiday this year. The car was my...
Your dad is rich. Please don't answer by saying no. I'm just comfortable and happy.
Not comfortable. I'm hunched over a table.
I don't know what you're going to say to this.
Rich. So that's a good question, because you could be rich without having lots of money. Because if you're happy in your life and you don't want...
Right, not a philosophical.
I'm not a philosophical
answer.
All right then.
Philosophical.
My life is rich. Read my bank balance. I'm not.
I think it so depends, because it depends where the benchmark is. Like, if you compare yourself to somebody that earns like the national average income, yes, you are well off. But if you look at people that earn like a lot of money, no, we're not rich. Like a happy middle ground.
I grew up and we never had a lot of money when I was growing up. When I was your age,
you haven't
when I was
come
younger,
from
I
money.
haven't, definitely not. And so I know what it's like to go without stuff.
Yeah.
And my mum watches this, so I know she won't mind saying, but it was hard, you know, the 80s were hard. I was growing up and they magicked stuff for me at Christmas from I don't know where. I never felt that I was missing out, but I also knew we never had much money, so I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And so it's nice when you don't have to necessarily always be like.
Whereas I don't think Harry and I have ever had that.
No,
we have never gone without it.
You always try and better yourself all the time, don't you? I think everybody does.
I don't think everybody does. I think you should try to, but I definitely don't. I think some people...
This poor fella's only got a face.
He's got no clothes on. No, I think some people get comfortable and settle, and I think you strive for more all the time. So because of that, you've always had more.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, are you rich? What would you actually say?
No.
No, I don't think you're rich either.
I wish I was.
You have a good job.
I have a good job, yeah. I can't complain about that. Long may that continue.
Yeah. You have changed jobs a lot while I've been growing up. You've had loads of different, like always the same kind of job, but loads of different companies.
Yeah, maybe it's time to move again. I've been at this place 3 years now.
No, I like this job that you have. Your dad is secretly Lee Mack.
How could you tell? Yeah, I can see the similarities, and we are about the same age.
I do think my dad looks like Lee Mack. I get it all the time. Whenever you're in a video, it's like, your dad looks like Lee Mack.
I don't mind that, because his sense of humour is exactly the same as me. If we went out for a drink, we would have the best laugh ever, because he has exactly the same sense of humour as me. He's like very dry.
How do you know though? He might just be putting that on.
No, you can tell he is. He's very quick-witted. He makes a joke out of things very quickly without rehearsing, so I like that.
Sorry, are you quick-witted? Do you make jokes out of things off the cuff?
I'm constantly quick-witted. I'm always dropping in a...
No, you make a dad joke. It's not a no, it's not.
That's what Lee Mack does. Dad jokes.
Does he?
Yeah.
At Ian Beale.
What?
At Ian Beale ask.
At Ian Beale.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Ian? Are you all right? I thought you died.
He asked me, does your dad think pubs will be open for Christmas?
Yes, but not everywhere.
Really nowhere.
Well, obviously, where you're watching this, you might currently be in a tier 3, tier 2, tier 1.
Cornwall.
If you're in a tier 3, they're not opening. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is going up on Tuesday, so you might not be in a tier 3
by the end
of the
well, it's all
week.
happening and finding out tomorrow then in that.
Oh, tomorrow when the video
tomorrow
goes
when
up.
the video goes up. I'd love to think that we can be in a tier 2, so we can go out for a meal.
Me too. I would absolutely love that.
But who knows?
Your dad's actually a spy. Guys, we've answered this. We've addressed this.
We have addressed this, and I can't officially answer this. Because if I was, I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway. It sounds exotic, doesn't it? I'd like to think I was a spy.
You're not a spy. Just say no,
be
because people really run with this. Like, people take what they hear as gospel and then they're like,
I
Beauty Spectrum's dad's a spy.
I would be the worst spy. I am no good at espionage or...
At what?
Espionage.
What is that?
Doing spy things.
I thought that... Oh, you just spat straight onto my gingerbread man!
I didn't.
That is ratchet. It's probably got COVID now. Don't spit on stuff.
Cut that out.
What's the word?
Espionage.
I thought that was horse riding.
It's like skullduggery with spies and like.
What's horse riding then? Equestrian.
That's dressage.
Dressage. No. Your dad's actually an international drug sensation. These are getting weirder and weirder.
Drug sensation.
Does your dad think that you'll get married to Tom?
Do hours later. Honestly, yes. Yes, I had to think about that one, didn't I?
Why? Why? What?
I had to think about it because I'm not sure. Because I think after lockdown has finished and after we all start to get back to normal next year, that's when it's going to re-emphasise the differences between you and Tom.
Yeah, maybe true actually.
Because right now you're all in the same boat. You're all in the same situation. You can't travel much, and neither can Tom. Tom can't travel much still. Come summer onwards, because he's going to have a limited number of holidays, and that's going to hamstring you a little bit. So
it'll be more of a test.
A sudden glut of travel that you need to do, and it's going to.
Yeah, but I have done a lot of travel without Tom already.
Oh yeah, no.
Like last
and
year
if you're happy to continue doing that, and he's happy to let you go, then there's no reason why.
He just wants me to do whatever I want to do.
You don't know if you're travelling on your own too much.
Well, I actually really enjoyed travelling on my own. No, it wasn't boring.
I mean, I'd love to go on holiday on my own for a week.
That'd be your dream.
It would.
That'd be your heaven. Dad would take a week off work just to spend it by himself abroad. That would be like his.
I totally would.
You are quite a loner.
I am very much.
But solo travel isn't being alone. Like you're always with people.
Oh, no.
I think otherwise it would be boring. Yeah. So to conclude, do you think I will marry Tom?
Yes. You could do a lot worse.
I could. I definitely could. I definitely could. You and your dad argue a lot.
Not a lot. No.
The dog actually reeks. Can you smell the dog?
Well, I think the viewers can't smell the dog.
Well, I'm glad you can't smell the dog. She's doing pumps.
It's poo tube, if it would be.
That was not as funny as you just thought it was.
Do we argue? We do. I think we probably wind each other up a little bit. Or I wind you up.
You wind me up quite a lot.
I don't deliberately.
No, I think I wind you up a lot too. I think because we're quite similar in the way that like we want something doing, we'd rather do it ourselves and don't like people interfering.
Independent.
We're quite independent, but also like I have my own personal space and I'd rather just like that was that. What are you doing?
I'm making this one a female.
Yeah, that's so true. Why is it gingerbread men?
Sexist, isn't it?
That's not a man, that's just a lump, isn't it, really?
Gingerbread men.
Also, they don't look anything like that.
Them legs. I've been shortchanged here. Just take a moment to look at these legs.
They are selling a lie. Oh, ratchet.
Are you saying ratchet or
I'm saying ratchet.
Be careful, because it can be misheard as something that rats do.
No, ratchet as in like R-A-C-H.
As in Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah. This is such a random, really random one. Your dad really likes Formula 1 and you hate it. I'm not finished with that.
Thank you. Of everybody else in this house, I think I probably like it third.
Harry and my mum watch a lot of F1.
Out of the four of us.
I have never sat and watched the F1. I get it.
I do like it, and I've been to Silverstone and I've done all that kind of stuff, and I do like cars.
I don't think that it is cars. They're not really cars. They're like total different.
They're a complete different thing. I don't think we argue about F1. Really bizarre question.
Yeah. Your dad wanted you to be a boy.
Incorrect. I thought you were a boy.
Yeah.
I was absolutely 99.9% certain you were going to be a boy. And you were going to be called Harry.
Yeah, like it wasn't you having the baby. Like I kind of get it when women say, oh, I feel like I'm having a girl, even though I don't know how you could feel like you were having a girl, but...
Probably because I've not got a sister, I've only got a brother, and I'm only sort of familiar with growing up around boys, and mum's only got two brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always just natural, it's going to be a boy. That's just...
Yeah, you're both from families of brothers. There's no, like, I don't have any blood
Harry's the only person with a sister.
Yeah.
Even to the point where...
You hadn't thought of a girl's name.
Not a girl's name until about the week before you were born.
Imagine having 9 months to think of two names and you pick the girl one the week before and then it turns out to be a girl. Did you even like the name that much?
Yeah.
You stinker.
Sit down. Sit. Good girl.
Oh, well done. You've kind of already answered a lot of these. People saying you grew up in a wealthy family.
No.
But what's your favourite father-daughter moment? And I think we've answered this before, but we might have different answers because it was ages ago that we last filmed anything like this.
Ooh.
I have one.
Go on.
I think my favourite... It's hard because we've done loads of nice stuff. I liked when we went to London.
Just me and you to do the Sherlock.
Yeah, when I was like 14.
I agree with that.
Because that was the first time I'd really like properly gone to London. Although I keep saying that, but I had been to London before then, but I just hadn't really remembered it. We saw like different parts of London on that day, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think
very different parts.
That was when I really started to love going to London. Yeah. Also, do you remember when we thought we were going to get tickets to that ferry?
Oh my god. Yeah, you did though, didn't you?
Yeah.
She picked it up, somebody
Yeah.
dropped it.
We were in Leicester Square and the premiere for the Divergent film was happening that night.
Remember what you used to call it?
I'd never seen anybody say it. I'd never seen anybody say it. I'd never heard anybody say it, so I thought you pronounced it Divergent. Turns out you don't. It's not that funny. So anyway, the Divergent red carpet London premiere was happening that evening, and we found 2 red carpet tickets on the floor, and we were like, oh my god, oh my gosh, like what the heck. I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this, I don't have a dress. Like in my head I was already going to this event. We went to hand them in, didn't we? But nobody claimed them.
Yeah.
So the person said, just like keep them, like you keep them. And then as we were turning around, 2 people were like, oh, there are tickets, we've dropped them on the floor.
Yeah, and you should have seen it was like trying to hand them back. It was like one of them moments where
I was like, that's fine, have them. I was so desperate to go because I loved that series. Like I was obsessed with it, wasn't I, at the time?
You was.
And,
We were making phone calls home saying we're not coming home. I'm gonna
yeah,
have
we're
to
gonna
get a hotel.
stay overnight. We're gonna go to this red carpet premiere. Like this lasted for like probably an hour.
No. We were queuing for ages.
Yeah, but we didn't get to go because
and then your conscience got the better of you.
Yeah, we were good Samaritans. We handed them in, and the right people got their tickets. So like, you know. But yeah, that was probably my favourite activity.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Lots of events that you've been to where I've been in London.
Yeah.
It's just been us 2.
Yeah, because the first few times I started going to YouTube events, I was only what, like 16?
16, yeah.
Which I don't think is too young to go to London on your own, but like I'd never really been, I don't live anywhere near London, so my dad would quite often be in the city at the same time, and then I would like meet him afterwards, or he would like drop me off or like take me to the event or walk me to the event, and then like I'd find him afterwards. I know that sounds a bit like, not embarrassing, but I was quite young and I didn't know how to navigate the city. I couldn't get the tube on my own. I'd never been before. All right, I'll find one more and then I'm gonna get you guys to judge each other's most annoying bad habit. This can be the closing one. What do you find my most annoying habit to be?
Oh, I know what.
You can't say messy because that doesn't count.
Messy.
No, I'm not. Not even messy.
All right. We just leave stuff everywhere. Like for example, there was a box here for about 3 days, and it was deliberately mentioned that it wasn't moved to see how long it would be, and I moved it this morning in the end because it had been there on the floor here by the tree, opened up on Wednesday or Thursday morning, and it's currently Sunday as I'm recording this, and it was still there this morning.
Because I didn't need to move it. It was absolutely
It was kind of in the way, and Lottie didn't like it because she couldn't walk around the table. Definitely that, but if I'm not allowed to say
No,
messy...
pick something that's not messy, because everybody says that, and I am actually tidy. Like, I would have eventually tidied it up. Eventually.
I would say the problem that you have with wind.
That annoys you?
It does. It's just not ladylike.
I don't think that's embarrassing to admit. Everybody does it. You do it.
No.
Yeah. Well, here's my most annoying bad habit of yours. There's multiple. Let me just pick from a list.
This is rude.
No, this is... It's like therapy.
Not for me, it isn't.
Yeah.
This will put me in therapy.
No, because you can work on these things and then you can not do them anymore.
There's nothing to work on.
There is.
Perfect.
Here's my thing. The dog having a bedtime. That's your worst habit.
The dog has to have a bedtime. If you've got a pet,
Nope.
pets
Nobody
love
else.
routine.
Right. So the dog goes to bed, which
Yeah.
is absolutely fine. And then the kitchen closes and we're not allowed to get anything from the kitchen
Yes.
because the dog's in bed.
You try putting it back to bed.
Right, but why can't the door just be left open because the dog, right, so the issue is, guys, you might think, oh, that's fine. You don't need to go in the kitchen after like 11:30. It's not 11:30, it's 10 PM. So like, I can't get a drink after 10 PM and I'm like, well, I want a drink.
You always want a glass of water.
Yeah.
There's taps upstairs.
Sometimes I might want a snack, sometimes I might... Do you know, that's the main reason why
Right.
I actually want to move out.
Wow.
No, that's just a little tiny issue that I think doesn't need to
happen. But you
happen.
wouldn't be able to find the kitchen because it would be full of pots and pans and stuff.
I
that
lived
you'd
on
left.
my own and it was fine.
I saw your kitchen.
That wasn't my mess. I lived with 4 boys, but I myself was tidy.
Okay.
Right, anyway.
Anyway, that'll do.
Before this turns into an argument, we're going to end it. So, shall we get them to rate?
How do we do that?
I will overlay the clip here. So, these are our finished gingerbread men. So, the ones on the left are my dad's and the ones on the right are mine. All you guys need to do is leave a comment down below. Whose is your favourite and why? Dad, do you want to talk through yours?
Yes, so top left we have just a green haired man. And then we have Lady Gingerbread Lady on the right hand side.
Why is she wearing a bra?
It's a bikini.
Oh,
She's on her holes. She's got white hair. And then we've got sick man down at the bottom who, it could be his tongue, he might be smoking a green something. So those are mine.
Okay, and then mine are these 3. So we've got the one with the scarf, the one with the football top, and then the woman with the funky trousers. So yeah, there you go. You can leave a comment. Who do you think did it better? And leave a score out of 10, because personally I think mine are probably like a 9 out of 10. We did have limited supplies, like there wasn't a lot to go off. Right, we're gonna end this video here. So if you have enjoyed it, if you've enjoyed the like get to know us, assumptions, family arguments with a bit of Christmas thrown in, give the video a thumbs up. Do subscribe down below if you're not already, because it really does help me out and it means the world, and we're close to Christmas, so it's just a nice thing to do. Anything to add?
No.
Okay, I will be back on my channel on Thursday. My dad's actually also going to be in that video. Everybody's going to be in that video, so I think you're going to enjoy it.
Ooh, what's happening?
Secret Santa 2.0 coming on Thursday. If you watched last year's, yeah, Thursday, Secret Santa round 2. And if you watched last year's, it did end in quite a lot of laughs. So yeah, subscribe so that you don't miss that, and we shall see you then. Bye!
Bye.